Hey, welcome back to the Disturbing Illusion channel. Before I start, thank you to everybody who just recently became a member of this channel. Yesterday I had, or day before yesterday, I had one member, and then yesterday we had 4 members, and today there are 16 members. I really appreciate it. Cosmic, I Am, Jamie, Derek, Gooner, Backcountry, Buck, Natural Born Rights, Fishman, Backashamil, William, Moira, Jersey Bob, David, M, Auditing with Autism, and Michael Lyon. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but I really appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you being on board and engaging with the content, and for being a member. If you haven't become a member yet, it's only $2.99 a month. My commitment is to get out at least one video every single day. I appreciate you guys being here. The goal is to set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men and expose this statist paradigm illusion nightmare that we're all involved in being part of. Now, I know I'm late to the party on this, but not really, because everything that I'm about to say is still active and in play. This is Bruce Springsteen from his Land of Hopes and Dreams tour. And I just want to show you, before I show you some clips of what he said about the current administration, which is absolute garbage, and I'll tell you why. I want to show you that he's not reading from his heart. He's reading from a teleprompter. You can see a teleprompter right here below the mic stand that he's speaking at. This is prepared. This is pre-prepared. Who wrote it for him? Is this something that comes out of his heart? The bottom line is he's being used as a tool for the left, just like Kid Rock. We're going to watch Kid Rock's comments and the fact that he hung out with George W., which is a betrayal of the American people, that they say they love the land of America, but they betray the American people in their actions and in their words. Let's just listen to a couple things that Bruce Springsteen says here, highlight those comments, and then we're going to listen to the response by Kid Rock. Listen to this.
The mighty E Street Band is here tonight to call upon the righteous power of art, of music, of rock and roll in dangerous times.
The righteous power of art, music, and rock and roll in dangerous times. This is word salad that absolutely means nothing. There's no power in these words because they carry with them no significance, no meaning whatsoever.
The America I love, the America I've written about, that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years, is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous administration.
Corrupt, incompetent, treasonous. The world should know by now that the corrupt, treasonous tyrants who own this country, that's the central banking cartel known as the Federal Reserve, the Zio central banking cartel that controls the issuance and value of the money, and therefore they control the congressmen, the senators, the judges, the presidents, the governors. They control everything. If they control the issuance and value of your currency, they control the time and laboring energies of you. The product of you work for the money, they control the value of that money. Therefore, they control the value of your time and your labor. And yet, Bruce Springsteen is going to wax virtuous by coming down on the current administration. Where was he coming down on democracy under the last administration or the Obama administration? Oh, he was nowhere to be found because he's a partisan hack and he's controlled by the powers that shouldn't be. But wait, there's more.
We ask all who believe in democracy and the best of our American experience.
Democracy. The founding fathers rightly called democracy 2 wolves and a lamb deciding on what to have for dinner. It's the tyranny of the majority. You don't want to protect tyranny in any shade, even if you call it democracy. This man either has no understanding of what's going on and what politics is all about, or he does, and he's going to continue letting the powers that shouldn't be use him as a tool anyway.
Rise with us, raise your voices against authoritarianism, and let freedom ring.
You're not raising your voices against authoritarianism when you're promoting voting or the election process. You're actually voting for authoritarianism. What is authoritarianism anyway? The dictionary definition is very simple: the enforcement or advocacy of strict obedience to authority at the expense of personal freedom. That is government. It's people who claim to have the right to rule. They believe that you have to obey them. If you don't obey them, then you should be, in their minds, rightly punished. That's authoritarianism. Call it democracy, call it republicanism, whatever you want to call it, it's still authoritarianism. And unless you're against that, you're just a hypocrite if you're lobbing insults at the other team, which they're actually playing for the same team owners. Bruce Springsteen should know this. He probably does know it, but he's making bank doing what he's doing anyway. So when you're making tons of money by telling lies, few people will give up the green.
The last check on power after the checks and balances of government have failed are the people. You and me. It's in the union of people around a common set of values. Now that's all that stands between democracy and authoritarianism.
Democracy, by the way, Bruce, is authoritarianism.
So at the end of the day, all we've really got is each other.
Now, there's a lot of other things that he said, but I want to capitalize on this right here.
A majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government.
Name a fit president. He said, quote, "A majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government." And you can tell he's reading that. He keeps looking down to his left, our right. He's reading it from a teleprompter. Maybe somebody wrote it for him. Maybe he wrote it himself. Regardless, again, he is a tool being pulled out of the tool shed to change minds. Saying a majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government is like saying the fish in the ocean have failed to protect the divers from the abuses of the raging sea and wet water. Rogue government, it's a dishonorable government. What is government? Government is a few people who believe they have the right to rule you and that you have the obligation to obey their rulers or you should be punished. That's what government is. You have the obligation to obey them. Bruce Springsteen thinks that you have the obligation to obey a Democrat. He doesn't want you obeying a Republican. As a matter of fact, he thinks the Republican president is unfit, as though a Democrat president would be fit. This is how mentally screwed up politics makes people. To add insult to injury, you have the other side of the fence with Kid Rock.
You were actually just about 2,000 feet away at the Rangers Stadium last night, I believe.
Yeah.
You were with the former president, George W. Bush, watching the game, right?
Yeah, W. It was great.
George W. was great. One of the biggest betrayers of our nation, the Bush family. Yeah, it was great. Hey, because I respect the seat of the president, man. You got to respect the office. You may not disagree with them, but you got to respect the seat of the president. What? The seat of the president that's being used by the Zio bankers to demolish our currency and therefore put the middle finger out at every man, woman, and child who works for a living, who's supposed to be reaping the benefits of their own labor. That president?
Invited me over with my special guest, and we had to go eat and get some dinner. So,
would you have your picture taken with Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler? Hey, I respect the office of the chancellor. I respect the office of the German or Chinese president. I just respect that office. So of course I'm going to hang out with them and have dinner. Of course I'm going to do that.
God, what a treat to be
Would
there.
he do this? Would he do this with Obama? No way. Kid Rock ain't sitting down to have dinner with Barack Obama. And if he is, it's the same as him sitting down to have dinner with Trump. These or George H.W. or George W. Bush. Of course, you can't sit down and have dinner with HW anymore unless he is still alive and we've all been fed another lie. But this is what left versus right politics does. It makes mincemeat of your brain.
And, see him and his wife, Laura. He's so funny. And, no matter who it is, what you think of their politics, I respect the presidency.
Did you hear what Bruce Springsteen had to say about the current president?
I did.
What do you think?
Oh, my God. Just another person with TDS at the highest levels. I mean, to be in Europe, talking junk about our president who gets up and works his ass off for this country every day, and his administration is doing such great things. I mean, thank God for him. But to do that in Europe, what a punk move. I mean, this guy's got, what, $500 million, $1 billion, and out there playing like he's a working class hero. And really, to me, just wants to be, in good standings with the Hollywood elite.
Right.
And I'm proud to say that I'm more of Hollywood's kryptonite.
I can verify that. If you missed what he said, here's the boss. Well, what do you think of that?
Garbage. TDS at the highest level. I mean, he's over there creating peace in the Middle East. One of the places that could possibly erupt and send the world into turmoil. And he's over there getting it done. Not only, getting great deals for our country, which I've told everybody. I got people at high levels working in the financial world.
Right.
And when he's doing that stuff, they're all freaking out. I'm like, just give him a minute. I'm like, this guy does not know how to lose, period.
Given the facts that you can easily research, how can anybody say that with a straight face? And how can a so-called journalist stand there and let him get away with it? Here's what I'm talking about. You want to take a look at the times that Trump has failed big league. Trump Shuttle, acquired in 1988, defaulted on loans by 1990, sold in 1992. Trump Taj Mahal, casino filed for bankruptcy in 1991, a year after opening. You've got Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, filed for bankruptcy 1992. Trump Castle Hotel and Casino, filed for bankruptcy in 1992. Trump Hotels and Casino Resort, filed for bankruptcy in 2004. Trump Entertainment, Trump University, closed after 2010, faced $40 million lawsuit for fraud. Look at the list of failures. And this guy's actually going to stand there and say he doesn't know how to fail. He knows how to fail big league. Plus, with Taj Mahal, when he got underwater in Atlantic City in the 1990s, who bailed him out? Rothschilds Inc. under Wilbur Ross. 25 years later, Trump makes Wilbur Ross the Commerce Secretary. A Rothschilds Inc. employee goes into the White House with the red carpet treatment by Trump. And this guy is going to tell you, he's going to stand there with a straight face and say that Trump doesn't know how to lose. He doesn't know how to fail.
Bust his ass for this country. Thank God for him and his administration.
Busting your ass for the country does not mean red flag gun confiscation laws, or I like take the guns first, due process second, or $6.2 trillion worth of transgenerational debt slavery with one signature under the CARES Act, or Operation Warp Speed, or space farce, or it's the greatest thing. This VAXX is the greatest thing. They call me the father of the VAXX. Really? That's pro-American. It's pro-big pharma. It's pro-corporate elitist. It's pro-Zio International Banking Cartel. It's not pro-American. This truly exemplifies cognitive dissonance, and it is disturbing on a very deep level. I was going to show you what Megyn Kelly says about this, but I think that I'm belaboring the point here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just understand the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. And freedom means not being ruled. If you're being ruled and if you're being robbed and everybody around you is letting it happen, you are not free. You are a slave pretending to be free, pretending like the chains and the shackles aren't on your wrists and ankles, pretending like you're not in a cage. And we've got people like bought and paid for Bruce Springsteen or bought and paid for partisan hack Kid Rock. What we've got here is a disturbing illusion we all need to wake up from quickly. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you like these videos and you want to see me keep producing them, just give this video a like, share this video with everybody you know, subscribe, become a channel member. If you want to support further, the support links are in the description. But more importantly, it's not the majority who will prevail. It's the irate and tireless minority who are keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the hearts of men. I will see you in the next video.